Hi class! Today I wanted to demonstrate a fun little pumpkin idea. I know we already had a video on pumpkins, but this is actually using a real pumpkin. So for this project, what you need is a pumpkin. Okay, doesn't have to be too huge. I probably did mine a little big, but I like my pumpkins to be large enough for you to see the demonstration. You need some type of grass or plant, so for the crazy hair. And then also I picked up 2 types of ornamental kale. And you can go ahead and find the kale at your local nursery or box store like Home Depot or something. You could also, if you have succulents at home, something like this where they're the rosette type, the echeveria, that's what this one called for. You could also get a smaller type of kale or pansies. That would work too. So those are the supplies, at least for the materials for it. You also need a bag of potting soil, which I have again, and you will also need some type of knife, so please be careful when you're using a knife. Remember how to use it when carving pumpkins. And if you want, have a little scooper. So I kind of already went ahead and prepped my pumpkin. So this is actually my daughter's, which I use, but you gotta figure out some type of face for your pumpkin. Go ahead and take the top off of it. And you can leave all the seeds and everything inside the pumpkin. If you don't want to take them out, you can go ahead and toss it back in. You got to remember your pumpkin's not going to live forever, so it's really not going to matter if you take it out. If you're somebody who likes to use the seeds, bake them or whatever, then definitely take them out. But any of the little eyeballs and face that you have, go ahead and you can leave that all in the pumpkin. It's not going to matter. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to grab your bag of potting soil and you are going to start to put your soil inside. Now when you do this, you can compact it down. Generally, I'm always going to tell somebody to drill holes at the bottom, but because your pumpkin's not going to last very long, you're not going to have to worry about drainage holes, because actually a lot of the moisture that you're going to get from watering is actually going to be the pumpkin. So water it once and then you're pretty well good for that. So I'm going to kind of set this on top of this other pumpkin, so hopefully you can see it a little better. So I'm just kind of compacting my soil down into my pumpkin. Hold it here for you. Putting it in. There we go. So now I have some soil inside of my pumpkin. Make sure that you don't lose it all. Once again, kind of compact it down in there. And then pretty simple, we're then going to go ahead and take our fescue or grass out of the container. This is very, very root bound. What I mean by root bound, if you can see inside of it, the sun isn't helping me today, but there are roots that are coming out of the drainage hole on this pot. So there we go. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is break up this root ball a little bit better, and I'm going to stick it in. And you can decide where you want it. I'm going to put mine more towards the back. And then I'm going to take my kale here and set that inside. Of it also. So here I go. with that. Now what I'm going to do for the eyes, and the mouth is my succulents. Now, I took these off of a plant that I have and I let them sit out for a few days. When you pluck off succulents, you got to let them sit out so they can do what's called harden off. Or if you stick them straight back in the ground, don't water them right away. So I'm just gonna set my cute little succulents inside. Now, if you do not have succulents at your home or somewhere where you can get them, you can go ahead and buy them at the store. Also, nurseries, big box stores like Home Depot, they all have them. So I am now just gonna go ahead and fill in my mouth, in various spots with my succulents. And then after your pumpkin kind of is done, the cool thing is you can take this out and then repot it into a plant. So you don't have to waste your plants. Your pumpkin, or you can actually take a big pot probably, set your whole pumpkin with the hair on it and maybe remove your succulents in the front and then repot them into a different area. So here is my pumpkin face with my cute little succulents and my hair on top. If you wanted to, I guess you could always take some of your seeds and kind of stick them coming out if you want, like that, or out of the mouth, but I kind of like it neat. So that's how I am going to leave mine. So hopefully you enjoyed this cute little demonstration using some cool little succulents, some kale, and some fescue grass.